Hi, everybody, and welcome to FBC Sports award-winning podcast, Sports Balls. I'm here with Kyle Barber, Max Klingensmith, our guest Adam Fellon, Matt Moscow, and I'm Colton Waters. Today we're going to be talking about the new CFP rankings for college football that just came out. For baseball, we are going to do the Barry Bonds debate, the classic debate, Hall of Famer or not, and then we're going to do some mid-season awards for the NFL. Let's get right into it. For college football, we're going to go through the top 10 and look at how each team can get into the playoff and how they will miss the playoff, and just go through some scenarios. So, Georgia, number one, as they should be. They basically just have to not lose 2 games.
Yeah, I mean, they might even be able to lose 2 games and get in. That's how much better they are than everyone else.
I agree, and the committee is just so biased staring to SEC teams that they could get upset. If they get upset in the regular season, they're still going to SEC championship.
Yes, and I think they can lose to Bama, and both of them will still get in, especially if Bama runs the table.
Yeah, so you might even get them with 2 losses. Yes, they're essentially a lock. There's no way they don't get it. Alabama, number 2, they got some good news by going in here as number 2.
What was this ranking though? I mean, do they just not care about losing to unranked teams? Is that what the committee's decided?
Yeah, I mean, Texas A&M, they're 14 now. They're 14 only because of
which is why it's hard to really assess this, because bad rankings are just supported by other bad rankings.
But you look at the rankings, their best win is against Ole Miss. I think that was at home. And it was a sizable win, but it wasn't amazing. They played Florida close, who's unranked. They just have not shown anything. I'm thinking in the back of my mind, they're still probably a top 4 team, but
there's no reason you can really assert that.
I'm going through the same thing the committee is.
I'd say they belong at probably 4. 4 is where I'd put them.
4,
but then, God forbid, they play Georgia in the first round, and then the CFP's 2 darling teams can't both make the playoff. Championship.
Exactly. But so their scenario right now, they have Auburn still on the schedule, and then Texas A&M, who plays Auburn. So Texas A&M already beat Bama, so it's basically like a 3-way race for the SEC West. So Bama really has to make the SEC championship to get in, because I don't think if they lose, if they lose to Auburn and don't get in the SEC championship, even the committee won't put them in. But
they would have 2 losses to 2 teams who aren't top 10, so they wouldn't even be close to sniffing the playoff.
And if the Jersey said anything other than Alabama, that would be a certainty.
Yeah, I know, but it is a certainty. If they lose to Auburn, they're done.
Michigan State is next.
Heck of a win.
Yeah, that was a great game.
I like how Michigan State is ranked here. I think Cincinnati
should still be ahead.
Cincinnati should.
I think Cincinnati should. Yeah, at least maybe not Michigan State,
but Cincinnati should be no lower
for sure.
Cincinnati. Cincinnati and MSU should be 2, 3, and then I agree with you. I think Bama should probably be 4.
So Michigan State.
I think Michigan State has to win out to make the playoffs. Yeah, I mean they can afford a loss to probably an Ohio State team because they're talented too, but.
That's the thing, though. They lose to Ohio State, then they don't make the Big Ten championship.
Yeah, I think Kyle's right. I think they have to win.
Yeah, they have to win.
Yeah, I mean, if they go and lose in the Big Ten championship, that's going to be losing to a bad team, because Wisconsin and Iowa both stink.
They're 21 and 22. So.
Yeah, they do have to win out. Oregon, they also have to win out.
But I don't see them. They can't possibly.
They're not a top.
No,
I don't think they are. But if they do somehow win out, they're going to get it.
Yes,
whether you like it or not.
I mean, on resume, they probably have the best win of the season right now against Nebraska.
Well, maybe A&M, but no, I would say Oregon technically has the best win. Although that Ohio State team has at least
significantly improved.
But I think Oregon's going to end up losing.
Yeah,
and
I would be shocked at the end of the
But down here, they have that Ohio State team, you guys said they've improved, but they have them over Cincinnati still.
Yeah, that's disgraceful. Because Cincinnati has probably the second or third best win over number 10 Notre Dame.
I'd put Oklahoma State over Ohio State. I mean, not Oklahoma State, Oklahoma.
Does Ohio State have a ranking?
I was gonna say even Michigan over Oklahoma's. I think disgraceful.
What has Michigan done to warrant being over
technically-
Oklahoma?
Especially at
Ohio State technically has a ranked win against Penn State, but Penn State's not ranked anymore, so it's up
I
to
don't
you
count
to.
that as a win. Like Penn
Because
State,
Penn State's fallen off a cliff, so it's
I
like
know.
it would
they
have
lost to
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
so-
could technically say they beat a ranked team, but you could technically say they didn't because they're not ranked anymore.
yeah, they don't really have any good wins. They lost to Oregon at home.
And like,
they
yes,
beaten a bunch of bad teams.
they're obviously decent, but there's no way to prove it right now.
And I honestly, right now, I don't think they're better than Michigan State. I honestly don't.
I don't know. I think the offensive talent they have.
I think if they play on a neutral site right now, I think Michigan State wins.
I disagree. But at the same point, there's no way I can. Michigan State's resume is just so much better that it doesn't matter how good the negligible talent difference Ohio State has.
Yes, but also in these rankings, you do have to give some amount of thought to just the eye test and just okay, this team obviously is not that good. But so I think that's kind of what they tried to do with Cincinnati, but I don't agree with it. Cincinnati has a very good defense. They went to South Bend and beat Notre Dame.
Handedly too. There was never really a doubt that they were going to win.
The score was kind of close, but they were in control of that game throughout. So Cincinnati to get in the playoff. They're the first team in these, like the top 5 control their own destiny.
Yeah.
I don't think Cincinnati.
What can Cincinnati do? Like, this makes me think there's a legitimate chance they can win out and still not make the playoff.
No, that's exactly what the committee's telling us. Because say Georgia wins out, Bama wins out, but then loses to Georgia in the SEC championship. They're saying that Bama is still going to be over Cincinnati.
Yes, which I can't fathom.
Michigan State or Ohio State wins the Big Ten, and Oregon wins the Pac-12. Cincinnati's not going to get in, so they need one of those teams to lose. They might even need Oklahoma or Wake Forest to lose, because who knows if the committee is going to decide that one of those teams deserves to jump them if they go undefeated.
I mean, that's just a big middle finger to all of the group of 5 teams. It's saying you can schedule good out-of-conference games, but you're still not going to make it because you don't play a Power 5 schedule.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like the ACC is considerably better than the American.
Houston and SMU were also disrespected. They're unranked. They're not even on these rankings, and they're both 7-1.
The American might be better than the Pac-12 this year as well.
I would say those 3 conferences are.
They're the same team.
It should be the Power 3, and then the Middle 3, and then the Group of 5, the Group of 4.
So TND posted this yesterday. The simulated BCS versus College Football Playoff Committee. I thought this was interesting. So they had Georgia at 1, Cincinnati at 2.
Yeah. That should be like almost a no.
I don't know about Cincinnati being at 2, but definitely top 4.
Yeah.
Then Oklahoma at 3, which I like, because I think Oklahoma gets disrespected. Like they win, all their games are close. They don't last week they blew someone out, but they've had like close wins that they should have won by like 30, like Kansas and all that. But they still win. Like they just keep winning.
Yeah, so how can you put them over Michigan State then? Michigan State is the same thing, but they also win against Michigan.
Yeah, I guess. But Michigan State's at 5 here and Alabama's at 4, so
that's disrespecting Michigan.
I think this is just calling the Big Ten weak.
Yeah.
Even though Ohio State is in the Big 12 and that might be just as weak, but Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want Wake Forest or Cincinnati to make the playoff. Is that too much to ask for? I don't care if they get shellacked.
So is Wake Forest, if they win out, what are their chances?
I don't see them making it.
I don't think they're going to win out.
I don't think they win out because the defense is horrendous.
Same thing with Oregon. They're going to end up dropping the game.
But even if Wake Forest wins that, I don't think they make it.
I'd say
it would take a lot of other teams.
Them and Cincinnati are probably in the same scenario where they need help even if they win out.
I think if Cincinnati wins out,
you think they're in? I think the committee is.
I want them to be in.
I think they're first ranking. I think they should. I want them to be, but with these,
I think they're gonna hear the cries from everyone. Like, what is it? Like, literally, I've not seen any positive feedback
about
this ranking.
No.
So I think they're gonna hear that and they're gonna be like, okay, well, the next. So say Cincinnati wins this week, and like say everyone in the top 4 wins and Cincinnati wins.
Yeah.
Then I think they might sneak into 4.
I hope they do, but I don't think.
Yeah, I think we got to move on to the NFL midseason awards. But if there's one thing the college football playoff has proven, they don't give a crap if you're not a Power 5 team, not named Bama, Clemson, Georgia, or Ohio State.
Yep. They're giving a little more respect though than they gave to USC, but.
All right. NFL midseason awards.
So the MVP right now, who do you got?
Well, at quarter season, could have been Kyler Murray. Yeah, I feel like he's kind of.
He's done the same thing he did last year.
He's kind of coming
Drop
out.
off.
Yeah.
I think we gotta go. Matty Staff, baby. New team out in LA, winning a lot of games, playing really good football.
Well, the problem is Derrick Henry might have been MVP.
In my eyes, he was.
Season,
in my eyes, he was the best NFL
At
player in the league.
mid-season, if we said mid-season was last week, yes.
Yeah, I think I would have had Derrick Henry, but you can't really
Cooper
have
Kupp.
anymore.
That's gotta be racist.
Cooper Kupp.
So yeah, Matt Stafford. Yeah, that's a pretty good take.
Also on Tom Brady too. I mean, he hasn't
See,
done as well as he did, but like,
he's having maybe his best season in 5 years. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. Matt Stafford has the narrative. New team, they're winning. He's gonna be probably the best player on the best team in football.
But it's just Brady's been there for 20 years. People are tired of
Well, yeah, voted for
No
team.
one's
What about Rodgers going back to back? He could go.
He's out for like 2 weeks now.
yeah.
Because he was immunized, but not back.
And especially in the NFL, it's really hard to miss games and still win awards.
Yeah.
Just because how small the season is.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I think it's
Great.
probably gonna be Matt Stafford, but the Bengals. I think if the Bengals rebound from that game last week,
There's no good sentence that can follow.
Yeah,
what
I
you
don't
just
know
said.
where
What did
you're
you-
going with this.
Joe Burrow could.
No.
Oh my
If
God.
they go,
No.
That is
if
egregious.
they end up going,
Comeback player of the year, maybe.
Yeah.
if they end up going,
He's not even the best MVP
13
candidate in his own
14
division,
and 3.
let alone the league.
Who's better than
Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar's.
Okay,
Unquestionably.
Burrow's having a better season.
Yeah,
than Burrow,
yeah. Lamar's better than Burrow, but Burrow's a better MVP candidate solely this
At the
year.
moment.
But I still don't like.
I'm
him
just
that
saying he has a
much.
chance.
Yeah.
I agree
We're not
with Stafford.
defending
Oh,
anything.
I mean, but if you're gonna say Burrow has a chance, doesn't that open the door for like 10 other, not 10,
No.
probably 5 other
Jared
quarterbacks?
Goff.
No.
I mean,
No, I
if you're
don't
gonna
think
say
it
Burrow's in
does.
the conversation, wouldn't Dak be in that same conversation?
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
Josh Allen be in that same
Oh,
conversation?
God.
Mike White.
Josh Allen isn't really.
Josh,
taking
he's not
that.
having a great year.
Yeah.
He is having a pretty good year, but he's not having.
He's like the
Quite what people
Mike
expect.
Trout.
No, not at all.
Mike Trout's the best baseball player of all time. He
He
didn't
never
choose.
wins.
Well, not bad call, but I think
We'll get to
No, I
that.
would
We'll get to
get
that later. We'll get to that later. Okay, so the best team at midseason, I think it's the Rams.
yeah, I think.
I definitely think it's the Rams.
I mean,
I'd go Rams, Buccaneers, Cowboys.
technically in power rankings, I just saw this morning: Packers, Cowboys.
I want to put
Bucks,
Packers up
Rams.
there.
I don't think the Packers are as
I
good
don't-
as they're
I don't-
playing.
yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't like Packers
They-
either.
I was watching the Packers Cardinals game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were top 5. Other 4.
I don't
Well,
want
they
to
just
put. I
lost
would
to
put
Bucks.
Packers up
No,
there.
no.
over
Cardinals was 3.
I think
Bucks
the Cardinals
four.
and Packers are both not
Yeah.
that good.
Bucks. I'm not going to put Cardinals up there, but I'm putting.
Well, yeah,
Packers.
I can see
I would probably go Rams,
Plus with the Von Miller.
Cowboys,
Yeah.
Buccaneers.
Yeah.
I would say.
Those are the 3 best teams. With Von Miller too, the Rams. This is like the Dodgers trading for Trey Turner next year. The rich just get richer and richer.
Yep.
The
But
playoffs
they
are-
have,
Yeah, and hopefully choke the playoffs.
they have to go through the salary cap. Though. Okay, defensive rookie of the year,
This.
my man Michael Parsons.
I love this award this year because I think it's very competitive with some standouts. Like, yes, you have your Michael Parsons, you have some other people, but then there's some sleepers like Nick Bolton, defensive rookie of the month. There's some people like JOK.
Yeah, I would say I'd go JOK.
Great
He's
start
playing.
to the season.
PFF loves him. I don't see.
I like Michael Parsons still.
I'll go Michael.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
there
gonna
he
say
is.
that. But
I mean,
yeah, Michael
JOK's consistently been the best PFF rookie.
Yeah.
He's playing. The Browns are win. I don't know. They're not. Never mind. I was stupid. No, they might not make the playoffs. But I think.
Well, in an MVP award, winning matters a
Yeah.
lot. In defensive rookie of the year, like that, that doesn't really matter because you're not expecting
Yeah.
any of the, especially a defender, it's a rookie. I don't think they really put any weight in winning, but
Yeah.
maybe they do a little bit.
PFF, yep. JOK is second. The next closest defensive player is, no, it's Nate Hobbs from the Raiders.
Gonna be honest,
Who is Nate Hobbs on the Raiders?
I like to see a JOK or a Nick Bolton or
Yeah.
somebody like that come up, or Asante Samuel. Just good
Asante
start.
Samuel.
I don't know how he's doing right now.
No, he's playing well. Alright, offensive rookie of the year now.
Jamar
Chase. There's no question.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
question.
Coach of the year.
Jamar Chase. Lead on that.
See-
Coach of the year, Dan Campbell. Let's move on.
Go back to the rookie of the
No,
year. I hate everyone that says Mac Jones is the best rookie quarterback in this class. Like, I get that he's playing solid football right now,
He is.
but it's going to be Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is easily the best quarterback out of this class.
Trevor Lawrence has been terrible all year long.
Yeah.
But
See, I don't think
I think Fields and Mac Jones.
I don't think
Yeah.
he's a distributor. He's going to be a Kirk Cousins.
You're judging them right.
Yes,
Right
but
now.
he's shown no flashes of star potential whatsoever. I think
I haven't seen a Lawrence highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
What?
I have not seen a Trevor Lawrence highlight.
I mean, I have.
Show me
seen
Trevor
some.
Lawrence's best play this year. I don't think I'm going to be like, oh yeah.
Oh, what's Matt Jones' best play? Like a 5-yard check down?
He makes a
He
lot of
slings
them,
that
bro.
rock, bro. He's
Yeah.
throwing the ball downfield. They showed his highlight. The NFL Instagram account. They posted his highlights from. Is it just last week or maybe like collected because he's like leading the rookies passing or whatever. And he's not just throwing 5-yard Tom Brady checkdowns.
no.
Like he's slinging the rock. He's playing well.
Go-ahead touchdown against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
He threw that down the field.
Yeah, he threw it down the field and the corner. What was that? The cornerback just made a terrible. No, the safety took a terrible
Yeah,
angle. I mean,
I'm just saying.
it was
you
not a good
can't-
throw.
You can't give him the
Except when
narrative that
Trevor
he's a
Lawrence,
check down player.
the cornerback has a good angle,
What are you
and he gets
talking
picked
about?
off.
I mean,
How
I
many
didn't,
picks does Trevor
I
Lawrence
didn't
have?
watch.
Do you know who has the most interceptions for a rookie? Do you know?
Peyton Manning.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
I think rookie year, there's a lot of growth there. It's a lot about just.
And Mac Jones isn't going through those growing pains.
Yeah,
so
Mac
what
Jones
does,
I think
what
you're
does that
saying
say?
well.
What does that say?
It said that he's going to
agree.
be very average for a very long time.
That's
So
Mac
how are
Jones
you
has made the
saying
jump
It's
that
not
Trevor Lawrence
because
is supposed to.
because Trevor Lawrence is making a bunch of mistakes, that means
Okay,
that
that's
he's
not.
gonna
That's
improve,
not. I'm
but
more
Mac
saying
Jones
that I think
isn't?
Trevor Lawrence has shown that he can throw the ball on the run. He
To
can
the
make
other team.
Are you? Oh my
That's
God.
not.
I didn't.
That's not. That is becoming more popular with
Yes,
the
but he can
Mahomes
just make
types,
a
but
lot
that's
more
not,
throws than
That's
that.
not a requirement.
No, it's not. But
I
I think
don't-
star quarterbacks have to be able to make every throw. I don't think Mac Jones has that ability.
I mean, you look at Dak Prescott. He was mobile in the past. This year, he's not really running that much. He's a pocket passer this year.
Yeah, but
basically.
he's throwing the ball
doing-
down the field.
He's doing well. Tom Brady. Now, I'm not saying Mac Jones is anywhere close to either of them, but you look at play styles. I don't think that's a requirement to get out of the pocket. Now,
No, but most
For
of the good
future-
most if not all of the elite quarterbacks in the NFL are at least somewhat mobile. Like Rodgers, I'm not going to call him a running quarterback. He moves very well in the pocket. Trevor Lawrence does have very good pocket presence right now. I mean, he's not getting sacked like rookies do. Which, granted, yes, he's throwing a lot more picks than you'd want.
yeah,
It's like, Jack.
I think for the information we have now, I think you got to say Mac Jones is the best, and he's going to be the best, especially because he doesn't have any weapons. He has no weapons that he's doing this.
Yeah.
So
I don't care if you say Mac Jones is the best, Trevor Lawrence is the best quarterback, but it's Jamar Chase for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
the
yeah.
specific
You're right.
award, it's Jamar.
you're right.
Thank you for you putting us on track, Kyle.
Coach of the year, I guess
I don't
that.
I just don't
Yeah.
care.
Who cares? It doesn't
Cliff
matter.
Kingsbury, yeah. Coach of the year, it's
Frank Reich.
kind of seems like a crapshoot because you don't really know, like,
Yeah, we
you
need-
never
we need-
really know how much the coach impacts
No.
or if it's just the team doing well.
Alright.
Okay, our last topic, the Barry Bonds debate. Is he a Hall of Famer
Yes.
or he isn't? There's a growing amount of people that think he is a Hall of Famer. I don't think he is.
Well, okay, I used to be like this baseball purist, and then I started watching baseball again, and I realized how boring baseball is. And if you think about the last time anyone cared about baseball, or like the most people cared, it was the Sosa versus McGuire summer, right? And both these guys were so juiced up they were about to pop. Okay, so the way to get people back into baseball is let them juice.
Well,
Okay, that's
let
not
'em
my
juice.
argument.
Okay, I'm like exaggerating a little bit, but more runs need to be scored, more home runs need to be hit for people to watch baseball again.
I agree. Yeah.
that's
I also think you can't just hit 500 home runs with purely steroids.
That's 700.
Oh, he's the greatest hitter of all
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
But my
and I'm
argument
not
comes down to
arguing,
all of
he's a
it.
great player.
Yes, my argument is that Colton, did he ever officially test positive for steroids?
Everybody knows that he
So-
did steroids.
So you're saying he can't be on the Hall of Fame based off suspicion? I mean, what about guys like David Ortiz?
It's a
David
99%.
David Ortiz's career follows the path of the juice. Guy who was average for a long, long time, all of a sudden hits what probably, let me check. I think it was
Mike
about
Piazza
45,
got in.
45 home runs with the Red Sox
Yeah.
after not hitting anywhere close to that in his career. I mean, do you
Yeah.
decide David Ortiz shouldn't get in? I mean, he fits the time frame. Suspicion has been
Okay,
there
but
for
Barry
years.
Bonds was literally a skinny guy, and then his whole entire he just
Maybe he changed
inflated.
his workout regimen.
No.
You can't work
See,
out. You're
but
like
ultimately, you
getting
can't.
fatter or something, like getting an insane amount of neck.
It's pretty
muscle.
obvious he was on steroids. You're
Yes.
Yeah, it's very. You can't make that argument that he wasn't technically proven. He cheated, and he was a great player. People say, well, it's still hard to make contact with the ball. Yeah, I know, but he cheated. I'm not
Yeah,
arguing.
It doesn't
He's a
bother
bad
me that
player.
he's not in the Hall of Fame. Like, it bothers me that Pete Rose isn't in the Hall of Fame.
I agree.
No, Pete, that's so dumb. Pete Rose should not be in the Hall of Fame.
You, of all people,
He
Yes.
shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Pete Rose,
Pete
should
Rose
not
is
be
a
in the
Hall of Famer.
He shouldn't.
Hey,
but
Pete
Barry
Rose
Bonds
disrespected
should.
the integrity
I
of the game.
think
Way
Pete Rose
more than.
disrespected the game
way
by
more than
Barry
Barry
Bonds
Bonds did.
cheated. He uses chemicals to cheat.
Oh my God!
How can you?
By betting on his own
This is-
team, he changes how he manages the game. I don't care that it's on their own team. That makes him more likely to try and win a random game in, say, July by throwing better pitchers.
All right.
He's changing how he would affect the game because he gambled.
Barry Bonds
Bonds
is
is
changing how good
So,
he
He's
is.
literally just
Yeah.
pumping chemicals into his body to,
To
like,
make him
him
better.
superhuman.
Now before
To-
steroids, he was a good player.
Yeah.
He maybe was a Hall of Famer. He maybe was.
After
going to
steroids, he
get
was the
there.
greatest player of all time.
Yeah.
But I guess.
So how is that not impacting the game as much as?
No, I'm not saying.
betting
No,
on your
that's
own
not what I
team?
said. I said that ruins the integrity of. I mean,
And steroids don't ruin
Oh,
the integrity
how
of the
can
game.
you
because
make that argument?
this isn't my defense of Barry Bonds, but a lot of players were using steroids. Players
I
who
know,
were
it's
never
called the
caught.
steroid era.
Yeah, players who were never caught. Even. So I mean,
Well, Barry Bonds technically wasn't either,
Yes.
but it was obvious he was.
what about guys like Rafael Palmeiro? He's a Hall of
Look at
Famer.
this picture.
Mike Piazza did.
Mike Piazza.
How
I
can
mean,
you-
But I think that just you saying that betting on baseball ruins the intent and that Pete Rose shouldn't be in.
Yes.
I think that's
Barry
just
Bonds.
stupid. That
We're
betting
not
on
for
baseball
steroids.
ruins the integrity
That-
more than
yeah,
juicing.
how
Even
does
though
that-
I said that let him juice, I'm kind of joking. But I just can't believe that you actually think like betting for his own team thing ruins the
because
integrity
it
more
changes
than
how he would
juicing.
manage the game. Because, I mean,
But I don't understand. You think
Yeah, I agree with Colton.
I just yeah.
It changes, like taking steroids changes
It
how
just
you
changes
hit
the
the
game.
ball.
again, like everyone else was doing.
That doesn't make it okay.
Yes, I know, but
Are
he
you-
was the only one gambling on baseball.
If Max
I
jumps off a cliff,
doubt
are you
that.
going to?
I don't think that's
do
the correct
doubt
metaphor.
that. Like,
I don't think
Just
you.
because a
I
lot
don't
of
think you
people-
can make
I
the
don't
absolute
think-
claim that one of them should be in without.
I was gonna.
Without-
I think.
I don't
I think
think
both
any
of
of
them
that
should be.
Yeah.
if we are sure that these guys did steroids, and we are sure Barry Bonds did, which we are, I don't think
Oh, yeah.
anybody that we're sure of should get it. That's my opinion because they knew of these rules and they broke them. That's the
Well,
definition
then,
of
what do you think about the
disrespecting
spider? The
integrity.
players who have been using spider tack and kind of like, aren't they also knowingly cheating?
Yeah,
Cracking
but
down.
yeah, and they are cracking down, and who knows? Maybe they won't get in the Hall of
But
Fame.
spider
but
tack
also
isn't
that's
like in,
Well, yeah, I know, but just using the argument that they knowingly broke the rules, as Colton's saying. If we're 100% and they know,
yeah,
certain they knowingly
but
broke.
none of these guys are in Hall of Fame conversation. I don't think they should get in the Hall of Fame if they've been using these.
Spider.
Like as a Garrett Cole fan, like he used spider tack.
Yeah.
I mean, if
I
he
mean, yeah.
progresses in like so many years and he becomes
If
like
Garrett
a
Cole
really
is the
big
same-
stud and he looks like a Hall of Famer, are you gonna look
Yeah.
back at his spider tack years and debate that?
Yeah.
probably people probably will.
Yeah, and I
I think
they
they should look
I-
at it.
Because yeah,
But
so
also, how much proof is there? Is it just, oh, look at his spin rate?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or is
yes,
there-
yes.
That's the spin rates of the.
that spin rate is just as definitive as neck size. You're talking about Barry Bonds.
Alright, so then he should not get it. I'm gonna stay consistent. He should not get
Yeah.
it.
So then, how many pitchers do you keep out? Because a lot of
The
players.
ones who cheated.
So that is just about all of them, Colton.
But so
Yeah.
basically,
Do you just
throughout
not let
baseball
any
history,
pitcher who pitched from like 2015 to 2020?
No,
in the
people
Hall of
have
Fame?
used even they asked Nolan Ryan around. Like people have used like foreign substances with pitchers has been a thing.
Yes,
for, like,
yes.
all of baseball.
Okay,
Yeah.
but if you
But
have
it's just-
one
it's gotten
game
crazy,
where you
like,
had
recently.
like stuff on
Like
your
that stuff
hat,
is
It's
insane.
not one game.
that's one game. No, the Pinedo one.
Yeah, yes.
I'm thinking specifically.
Oh, that's really bad.
That was-
That's so
yeah.
bad.
But
No,
I
but I
think
mean-
if you cheat for a substantial period of time, you should.
The problem is old players get the benefit of the doubt, and that, I mean, it was much easier to cheat back
Yeah, but if it's not proven, it's not proven. That's how I
then.
feel.
That's possible.
That it's definitive. Though. Okay, I think we gotta wrap up. You heard the bell. We gotta get to our next class. But thank you for watching the Sports Balls podcast. See you next week, folks.